When Congress passed the $700 billion bailout, the whole idea was to buy failed mortgage assets. But once the bill became law on October 3rd, Henry Paulson's Treasury Department moved quickly on an entirely different front. Give bailout money to select banks to help them buy competitors. It was largely under the public radar, with only anonymous government officials acknowledging the strategy.
Breaks with congressional intent.
Founding to me,
Congress was lied to.
But CBS News has learned the banking industry was clued in from the start. Listen to what BB&T Bank's chief executive told analysts in a conference call shortly after the bailout passed. He's not talking about using bailout funds to help with mortgages or consumer credit, but to buy other banks.
This is a relatively inexpensive way to raise capital for acquisition opportunities.
A month later, they got $3 billion in bailout money. Just look at all the banks we found that have gotten taxpayer bailout funds and are gobbling up the competition. Bank of America received $15 billion and bought Merrill Lynch, which got $10 billion even as it was up for sale. Morgan Stanley is buying China Trust Bank. A half dozen more got bailout money and are buying other banks. Nobody from the Treasury Department would respond to our questions, but some analysts say the idea is to strengthen the banking industry by giving strong banks the means to take over weak ones. It's not necessarily working out that way. Some banks, judged by federal regulators as strong, like Merrill Lynch and Provident Bank shares, are the very ones getting bought out. And some in Congress are upset that the Treasury Secretary is handpicking winners and losers.
Hank Paulson gets to decide who lives and who dies, who buys whom.
Take PNC Bank and National City. Both wanted bailout money, but only PNC got it, then bought National City.
You picked a winner, PNC, and you picked a loser, National City Bank.
Congressman Dennis Kucinich is from Cleveland, where National City was based, and grilled the Treasury official in charge of the bailout, Neil Kashkari.
With deep respect, it is not appropriate for me to speak about an individual institution, but I can talk generally about
Well, with
these
deep
types
respect,
of
you know, you put 4,000 people out of work in the city of Cleveland. Are you taking the Fifth Amendment here?
No, sir. I don't think it's a good use of taxpayer money to put taxpayer capital into a financial institution that's going to fail.
Well, you know what? That statement that you just made, you will hear about for the rest of your career.